we are benefited by his vision. Why I just came here? I am alumni of this college. I am always after entire team that we should to have strong connect with industry. And today what's happening here, I think we all should clap for entire management of RIT. I think this is amazing. This is world class. Just for my memory, I have taken a photograph when Professor Jan was talking. बापू इथं आहेत आणि स्क्रीनवर geopolitical conflict because of semiconductor. I've been to Taiwan number of times. Beautiful country, thanks to RIT, because I learned here. I just yesterday signed a contract with Tata Electronics for Dholera plant. Thanks to him. There's a circle. I think I'm really happy what he would have thought. This is a rural area. So this is what the seeds. Mogara फुलला फुलला. तुम्ही जर तो अभंग ऐकला असेल तर तो त्याचं याची तेही याची डोळा आज मी साक्षात अनुभव घेतो. मगाशी राम सरांशी बोलत होतो. इज द नेक्स्ट स्पीकर. And believe me, yesterday's discussion, कुलगुरू वेणुगोपाल त्यांच्यावर सगळ्यांची चर्चा झाली. सेन्सरचे लोक, इन्फोसिस. This is what should happen in this campus. I'm really blessed to experience this moment, and thanks to leadership of Dr. Kadole and entire team of RIT, you are on right track. I think when Mr. Gadkari was here, I had opportunity to talk to Mr. Jayant Patil, and when he asked me this question, I answered him. I'm really happy that this is happening. You may not understand what I'm saying right now, but then what you are opening doors to the new generation, our Gen Z and RIT students, is something going to be really remarkable. And thank you so much once again, Professor Yan. Taiwan, country which is smaller than Maharashtra. Please go, very humble, very sincere people. I lost my mobile twice. The taxi driver returned it to my hotel desk. And I really experience it every now and then whenever we, incidentally we used to service when I was in Marsh and McLennan. We call it a high-tech industry. Marsh was the broker for the entire semiconductor. And that's good. That's where I could understand where we are coming from. So, guys, the place is, तुम्ही आता सांगलीत आहे का ईश्वरपूरमध्ये आहे का शिराळ्यात आहे, इट्स नॉट द केस. तुम्ही कुठं आहात, तुम्हाला जर असे चांगले प्लॅटफॉर्म मिळाले, थँक्स टू एंटायर टीम ऑफ, आय एम नॉट सेइंग शिरगुप्तीकर. I think they have been putting efforts in last 3-4 years, and I am seeing these results here. Wonderful. And congratulations once again on behalf of entire alumni association. RIT advisory, we have second session now. I think we are really thankful to you that you are working towards bright future of RIT students. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Karan sir, for giving this opportunity.
Thank you once again, Mr. Kare. Thank you, Dr. Yang. Will be one small request from our side in future. You said there won't be any business model. Business model they have to decide, country by country, something like that, when it comes to the semiconductor, isn't it? But we would like to have what is called a Center of Excellence in Semiconductors at RIT. And I hope science and technology from your side to give some guidance and help also how to establish the Center of Excellence in Semiconductor at RIT. Maybe that could be a big thing in Western Maharashtra. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kari. Thank you, Professor Yan.
friend is here.
It is my privilege to introduce our next plenary session speaker, Mr. Ram Kunchur. He is a founder, CEO, CTO at Biometrik System, a leading deep tech company in AI-powered biometrics. He drives innovation in secure digital identity solutions, specializing in advanced face authentication technologies. Under his leadership, Biometrik has developed patented face liveness detection systems used for high assurance identity verification. With over 18 years of global experience, he has worked with major organizations like JP Morgan Chase, BNP Paribas, and Cognizant. His professional journey spans across India, USA, UK, France, Portugal, and Australia. Prior to founding Biometrik, he served as a head of product innovation at DG Yatra, contributing to large-scale digital identity systems. He is recipient of the National Award for E-Governance Gold 2025 by the Government of India. He has led mission-critical technology programs with significant global impact. His vision is to build secure, scalable, and human-centric technologies and strengthen digital trust in society. We welcome you, sir. I request Dr. R.A. Medar, HOD AI/ML, Rajaram Babu Institute of Technology, to felicitate Mr. Ram Kunchur. Thank you, sir. Over to you.
I hope you can hear me. You'll have to excuse me. I will prefer to sit and talk because I have some pain in my leg. So please don't mind. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I must say I'm overwhelmed and very happy to be here. So this session, I would not like to make it a typical technical session. For that, I can always be reachable. But rather, I would like to talk what is important. Because technology is an ongoing topic. It can never be covered in an hour. I come from a very small town called Belgaum, which is a beautiful city, the border of Karnataka and Maharashtra, heavily influenced by both the culture. And I always wanted to come to Islampur, and yesterday I got the darshan of Mahalakshmi, and I really want to thank RIT for having me here, inviting me here. I've been to many colleges, including IIT and multiple other institutions, and I do a lot of talks because of predominantly my association for DG Yatra, for having built the national DPS system. But the warmth and the love and the the respect what I received here is unparalleled, and it is mostly because of the humbleness of the people I have seen here. This is one of the colleges which I can say for sure really cares about the students. It's not about any flashy, display or show off, right? Because I've gone to many such colleges and I know firsthand. I've gone there. It's mostly to showing that okay, we have a guest and we do all these sessions, right? So my sincere thanks to the management, and I would like to make a special mention of Dr. Kiran Tangod, because of whom I'm here. And he used to be my professor in Belgaum, and now he is with RIT. So you guys are very lucky to have him, and I've learned a lot from him. And today, whatever I am, definitely a certain important role has been played by him and all my professors. So this is something we should never forget, no matter where you go, no matter where you are, because after your parents, they are your second parents who have taken care of you, and they really care about you and they really work for you. With this, I want to start with something interesting. Many people ask me where I go, when they know about my credential, they ask me, what is passion? So I get this question a lot. Again, my session is just for 15 minutes. I will definitely, touch on tech, but couple of points I wanted to discuss. Many people ask me what is passion. People say, okay, hard work, and I'm very passionate and all these things. So many people ask me. So I give them a very simple example. Engineering is not easy. Engineering is not simple. It requires a lot of dedication. It requires a lot of hard work, and hard work knowing that you may not be successful. You may or may not be successful, right? Because there are many engineers, working relentlessly, and most of us attribute success to money, but that's not it. Success is not about money. Success is about how you contribute to the society. What technology you bring should stay beyond your time on this earth. That's what I believe. So I tell them, for me, the definition of passion is, I'm working till night, 12:30, trying to fix a critical defect. And I say that, okay, I'm done for the day. I cannot do it anymore. I go, get fresh, get into bed, get a blanket, all cozy. And then just before closing eyes and retiring for the day, the last spurt in your brain says, you know what, you should try this, it may work. Then you got to take out that blanket, go, switch on the computer, 8 out of 10 times Windows update comes. You have to wait. That truly tests your patience. And then even after that, when you try, it may or may not work. And DG Yatra is no exception. So I always say that anything great has to undergo 4 phases. First is outright rejection. People say, ye nahi chalega, this won't work. 100% I have seen that. And then comes the resistance. Okay, let them do it, but I won't do it. I won't accept it. Third is the acceptance. Okay, maybe it's not bad. Maybe it's good. Maybe it will work. And maybe it will make my life easy. And fourth is the appreciation. Like any other great thing, even DG Yatra has gone through it. DG Yatra, I've lived that life, I know. Right from building the blockchain to the face recognition algorithm, which is used in DG Yatra, was developed by me and my team. So we take a lot of pride in that. And it was not easy. It was not. Today it's live in 24 airports. Many people, I'm sure, if I ask for a raise of hands here, how many of you have seen or at least heard of DG Yatra, I would definitely see people talking about it. So this is what I talk about when I say impact, right? When we work for banks and other companies, right, what product you build, you may not necessarily see it user using it. And one of the great things of building DG Yatra is I'm also a passenger and I use it. So impact to the society, impact to the larger audience, and you are also part of that. Be human-centric. Think how I would like as a passenger. So DG Yatra also started with our CEO and Suresh Kadakbhaviji thinking that, okay, there's a mother with 2 unruly kids, 3 boarding passes, 3 IDs. This is what we need to solve, right? When your face becomes your password, right? Imagine the use case. So last year, we received out of 1,44,000 nominations, right from Gram Panchayat to national level initiatives like Bhashini. DG Yatra was chosen as the national award winner for e-governance gold. This is one of the highest technology honors, for people. And if someone like me coming from a small town like Belgaum can achieve that, I'm sure in next 10 to 15 years, students and people sitting here who definitely can achieve far, far greater things than that. The idea is to stay grounded. The idea is to dedicate at least 2 hours a day for research. That's very important, because I was mesmerized and blown away by the speech yesterday by Dr. Sharma. I mean, like I've never seen a speech like that, right? So real, so raw. And, I met him and I personally thanked him for that. So, sometimes research, overnight you may get success, you may not get it in a year, So in 2019, when I started building a biometric algorithm, because without naming a country or anyone, I can say that we all know the biometric space is dominated by which country, right? From the algorithm to the fingerprint systems and other things. It's either them or European or American, companies, but they don't satisfy the Indian demographics. It's different. Indian conditions are different. Indian lighting conditions are different. So I set out to build this algorithm in 2019, and today happy to say that I'm the only company in the world which is able to make entry into the airports having completely developed in India. It was dominated by all foreign players. I built it, never stopped, and there was still a technical issue wherein we weren't allowed because we were not ranked the NIST, so NIST is a biometric, and again, they rank a lot of, algorithms. So when I asked a company, they said, okay, we can charge you 80 lakh rupees. And then, we can have your algorithm listed there. I said, it would be a shame if I pay any other company to get this done. So I logged myself in and wrote the code, C++ code in 7 days, submitted it. In one go, it got approved. Now I'm top 5 algorithms in India and top 50% in the world in first submission. So this is used by UPSC for deduplication, used by many universities, used by big PSUs, and all built in one room. So this is the power of technology. This is what you can build, right? But again, you will not get result in first go, because when I started developing this algorithm, it identified Ram as someone else. It's a beginning. So I have an idol, Rahul Dravid, who used to say that, when you want to break a stone, the first blow is not going to break it. It's the last blow which is going to break it. But that doesn't mean the first blow was not important. The first blow was equally important. Now, I think I'll switch over to I'll wear the tech hat, and I would like to talk about tech because I would be mindful of time. Okay. Biometric and digital identity, how it helps, right? Imagine a public distribution system where a person is taking ration, right? So we have seen cases where other people are going and taking it, right? It's a rejection or it's a hindrance to the fundamental right. So with the face recognition system, with the identity, because people can steal your mobile, but they cannot steal your face, right? So with this, we are working with many government organizations for public distribution system. Classic use case, examination impersonation. If someone is trying to take an examination on my behalf, we can stop them, right? So what is the use of AI in biometric, right? It's a convolutional neural network. So the God has given us a brain, and when someone asks me what is the definition of artificial intelligence, I tell it, AI is human's attempt to become God, which is not possible, never going to happen. AI should be used only as a tool, as an assistance system, which will help you enhance your capability, because human memory is limited. So memory is one of the greatest creation of the mankind, and communication. So because it lets you store the data, and you can forget peacefully knowing that it's stored somewhere, right? So a lot of use cases are there. I would like to specifically talk about 3 topics here. One is the liveness detection, another is the face recognition itself, and another is how this can widely help public at large. So first is, it's nothing but pattern recognition, right? It can be applied to anywhere. For example, if I want to detect this Bisleri here, it's pattern recognition. It requires a convolutional neural network. It requires training. It requires annotation. It requires fine-tuning, then going through that model training, and then till you have reached a very good score and accuracy. That's all it is fundamentally, and face recognition is no less. Then why do some algorithms perform well and some don't? That is because of the fundamental issue of overfitting and underfitting, right? Because our brain learns. Because now I have seen many people. Next time when I see him, I may recognize him. But if I'm not seen him since long, so my confidence score drops low. Like, okay, I know him, but I'm only 70% sure. So that's the confidence score we talk about, right? So that's how we map it to the real world use cases. Second thing is, we should be mindful of using GPU and excessive use of CPU, because resources, we are known to build great things with limited resources. That's a setback, but we have converted that as to our advantage, and I think that is what we have adopted. So what I feel is, I thought, like, okay, instead of having a completely centralized system like Aadhaar is, everyone knows, everyone uses Aadhaar is a centralized system, we should go for decentralized system. So what is a decentralized system? It is where my data is not stored on server, it's only with me. I am the custodian of that data. Still, someone is able to identify me. Now you may ask, okay, without sharing my data to someone centrally, how can I get identified, right? So here is a method I devised, and it's being used in multiple places. I thought we are all surrounded by QR codes. What if you are able to put your entire face in a QR code? Then it becomes a truly offline way of scanning the QR code and do a one-to-one match with a live person with a person in the QR. This is truly decentralized. It doesn't need any internet, but there was only one challenge. The QR has a limitation of 4,296 characters and a good quality face selfie image, 12,000, 13,000. It's like trying to fit a 10 size shoe in a 3 size shoe. It's not possible, right? So I came up with a method in which I've created a signature which can store the entire face only in 2,000 characters, leaving extra 2,000 characters for your metadata, which floor to allow access, what are my access policies, which examination I'm going to take, what is the ration I'm allowed, all these things, right? And this tech is the future of identity. This tech is embraced by multiple organizations. The beauty is it works 100% offline. You don't need any internet because you scan the QR, you already have the source information. All you need to do is check the live person and match it with the face. Because of the versatility of QR, you can print it on an admit card. You don't have to hit Aadhaar every time and pay. You know, even if the student goes to use restroom now, the fingerprint hits the server, and in remote places it doesn't work. That's the reason we are able to touch the last mile village use cases with this technology. And again, very happy to say, once your face is created to a biometric template, it can never be reverse engineered. So we are compliant with DPDP. You are never be able to reconstruct the face out of it because companies are afraid to store the data of being the data fiduciary or a data processor. So that is there. Imagine putting this QR code in your attendance. We are doing it for a lot of universities. And also, next important part is the liveness. So I always say, there are many companies doing face recognition, right? So face recognition is a commodity, but liveness cannot be compromised, because if someone is able to take my photo from the internet and hold it in front of the camera and launch an impersonation attack, then they are able to breach and enter that system. So I have been working for 6 years, and then I have a patent, which most of you, I'm sure, would have seen somewhere or the other, to determine the liveness of a person. If the system asks you to blink your eyes, look left, right, up and down, I'm sure most of you would have heard of. That's a patent I hold from 2020. So this has been used in multiple places, government, private projects and other stuff. So works 100% offline. And so this is the tech we have been building. Now, to the main question, how will it benefit students here, right? That is very important, right? So, two things. It's all about pattern matching. So this is a classic use case wherein interested student can say that, okay, pattern matching has really, really important, place in the identity or in any sector. So what I would say is artificial intelligence is predominantly divided to two areas. One is the data part of it, and another is the vision part of it. So there are n number of use cases. Biometric is just a pattern. So similarly, visual inspection, I was discussing. So visual inspection, wherein it improves the productivity, detection of fraudulent activities, and all these kind of things. So artificial intelligence, visual inspection, detection of anomalies, this is very important, because if we trap the issues at the root, at the beginning, then the cascading effect will not be there. And I would also love to announce that I'll be, sir, yesterday sir was saying that there are 3 streams. One is you do a internship, one you do a research internship. So I would be happy to offer a research internship to any of students who are interested, and not only in biometrics, in pattern recognition, because biometric is one field, right? In any field, I'll be happy to explain how it works and work with you, and also happy to work on next generation of identity systems. Now, what I would like to also mention is there is one really wrong, thought process going on. I have seen that. Will AI take my job? What is the use of doing 4 years of engineering? And whether it will really help me if someone else writes the code. Imagine will you eat the food cooked by someone you don't trust? You won't, right? You will trust only if you know the ingredients. You will trust only if you know that, okay, this is cooked by someone trustworthy, right? So that trust factor is very important. So become capable enough first to write code on your own so that you are able to review the code written by AI and to make necessary modifications to use it. This is my advice to youngsters learning programming, because because you cannot become a great coach without becoming a great player yourself, right? So you need to first try to learn the skill, master the skill, and it's not easy, right? It's not easy. It's going to be difficult. Choose your passion and follow it. Okay, don't worry about the result. Don't worry about whether I'll be successful or not. It will be, right? Because when I started this journey, many people mocked me and say that biometric is a jungle with many players from different countries, and what difference you're going to make. So I told them, okay, if it is a jungle, I'll make my own way, right? So that is, there is no replacement for good old perseverance. So that is, no matter how much AI comes, no matter how much this comes. And I'm also, I really love the new, AI tools and everything. Use it to your advantage. Use it as a skill to improve your process, to improve your, throughput, to improve your quality, and, use it wisely and use it responsibly. I would also love to engage with students to have detailed technical sessions, because as I mentioned earlier, it's not possible to cover all these things. The idea is to connect and interact. We first met in Bangalore, and I had promised that I will be here, and that I'll actually initiate that connection. I will be really happy to connect. I would also love to talk about few critical use cases we are doing. We are doing very sensitive use cases in the biometric, and the Indian companies are coming wholeheartedly and supporting us because they trust in our technology more than any other technology. They say that, okay, I will be sure that this data will stay with me. I'll be sure that this data won't go anywhere outside, right? Because that's the level of this we are giving. We are implementing it in temples. We are implementing it in religious places where the security is required. Airports, yes, via DigiYatra. And at the same time, okay, this is my company presentation, so I'm not here to promote my organization, because I mostly want to talk and connect. Also, one more thing which I would like to talk about is rumors. So the rumors spread faster than truth. I've seen, like, I'm sure most of you would have seen, like, someone has accused that DigiYatra has sold your data to income tax department. It spreads very fast, right? Some of my close friends called me and asked me that, is it true? And we have been known each other for so many years. So it kind of shocked me. So it's very easy to spread rumors, right? But people who have built it, they know. Right, people, that, even, being the head of innovation of DigiYatra, I don't know if you use DigiYatra, because that's the platform and that's the framework we have built, right? When the technology is strong and when the technology is solid, it will do what it is supposed to do. There need not be noise. And thanks to the passengers for accepting DigiYatra and making it as their own, because without this, success is purely owed to them and the airlines and our partners. And we will continue to innovate, and we will continue to bring such technology. And happy to say, DigiYatra is world's largest blockchain implementation of identity system. Other country representatives come and ask us, how have you done it? Because our biggest strength is our population as well, as opposed to what people say it's our weakness as well. But when you develop a system in India, and if it tested at population scale, then all other countries are lesser than that, and and at least in terms of that, and and then we can say that, okay, if it works in India, it can work anywhere, right? So that's I'm also an automobile enthusiast. I've worked on forward collision warning system, lane departure warning system, driver monitoring systems, using my capabilities in terms of, I would love to connect with someone who is interested in automotive sector, and anything where pattern matching, anything where AI, because I've been working on data all my life. So I thought, no more data, no more banking systems, no more database. So I have my team members to take care of it. I dedicate my time and efforts to core R&D. That's what I want to do. And also one very important thing, what you learn in college is the foundation. If this is not strong, everything else will collapse. And as yesterday, again, Dr. Sharma said that, try to become an entrepreneur, rather than looking for a job. The end goal should not be, okay, I passed the engineering, I got 60%, I got a job, and now what? Because it's not safe. unless you help yourself, it's not safe. Try to create a ecosystem where others can learn, right? And be in your own place, your own land, and create miracles. That's what. Because after working in 5 different countries, I can safely say I brought that knowledge back to India, and able to do it. Right? I think with this is just a beginning of what I want to have an association with RIT. It's obviously time is not sufficient, but I would love to take some questions, and you can always reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm available to discuss technology or anything. And if you happen to come to Bangalore, give me a buzz. I can meet you. We can have a discussion over a coffee or tea, and talk about technology. Yeah.
It is rather great to hear you, sir. You have really shared an example of passion which can be converted into really effective results. Now, as so said, floor is open for the questions. We are going to take 2 questions only because of constraint of time.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Great work. And thanks for making our life easy with the Digi Yatra.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, my question is, what next to Digi Yatra? Because I see now more queue in Digi Yatra than the normal identity check.
Yeah, we get that question a lot.
So probably it's like FASTag, so where you can scan while walking in corridor, and
Absolutely.
then you can get it like done.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And by the way, I would love to connect with you for the airbags, because I work with a lot of automotive companies. We would love to explore the material which you have been developing, right? Because I'm very passionate about automotive as well. So, yes. It has been overwhelming response for Digi Yatra. We have seen the Digi Yatra lines becoming more longer than the normal. This only goes to show that people have now started adopting it to, beyond our expectations. So this is more of a airport infrastructure issue, wherein they will increase more gates. You need to add more gates, and that happens via tender. They choose their own companies, which bring in the gates and other stuff. It's happening. We'll be very happy to know. Only yesterday, we have successfully conducted trials for international travel as well, using passport-based enrollment. First trial happened yesterday night. That means you will also be able to very soon use it for international travel, right? Yes, that's a great way of adding more seamless transition, wherein I don't even need a gate. You just place a camera, and passenger is identified, and you're like, only the unidentified person can be taken to the side to do a recheck. The tech is already there. It's more about the policy, because the airport is kind of a sensitive environment wherein the security is very important. So yes, you never know, and I think I've seen it in Dubai airport already, that people just walk by, they're identified, no gates, no barriers. Yes, there's a lot of work happening around that. Yeah, and it will be a reality in future for sure, even in India. Okay, so that's definitely a good question. If I would have had my way, I would have definitely done it, because it's more linked with the identity, right? A dead person cannot go and vote, right? Because as I said, your face is a password; it cannot be stolen. While the tech is there, this is more about the policy. And this is more about how the government wants to adapt. And biometric system, I'm pretty sure in near future, even in voting, this system will be introduced, because one, it brings the credibility. Second, it is transparent. And third, as claimed, it's not true. It cannot happen, because people who have built these systems, I know them. So it is extremely, safe in terms of identifying me with me. And then again, it adds to transparency. The question why it has not been done, because if you ask me 5 years ago, biometric was only used for attendance, and that too fingerprint, right? With the advent of AI, with the advent of convolutional neural networks, now biometric is in such a phase wherein we get inquiries from people, and we are blown away by the use cases we know. So I'm pretty sure it will happen. It's only a matter of time.
Hi, good afternoon. I would like to ask 2 questions. First one, throughout the journey, what are the challenges you have faced? How you have overcome that? Apart from that, one more question regarding to Digi Yatra. When we have connecting flights, in one PDF we generally have 2 tickets with same PNR, but I always used to upload it separately.
Okay.
So can we do it at one time?
Absolutely. I'll answer your second question first.
Sure.
Yes, this point taken. So I'll tell you what happens, right? We have 3 ways of scanning the boarding pass. One is via PDF upload, second is image upload, and third you scan it manually. So if you scan it via PDF, then ideally what happens is it goes to the leg journey. Let us say from Bangalore I'm landing to Hyderabad, and let's say from Hyderabad to Delhi, just an example. So that still exists, and even you will see the same case also in the dependent edition also. So there also it is possible. If it's not there, definitely it's a feature we must have, right? And also many people ask us, why can't I know the airline time when the flight is there? That's the most asked sort of the feature. So for that we need to integrate directly with airlines. We're working on that as well, because on your single app you will be able to see if your flight is delayed and other thing. You don't have to go to Google. So definitely point taken, and if it is not already, we'll definitely implement it. Second is about the challenge, right? I mean, like the day you wake up and you are not facing challenge, you're walking the wrong direction. It's always a challenge. Before coming here also, some customer called me and they said that they put the camera somewhere else and they're saying face detect nahi ho raha hai. It's always a challenge. On a personal front, yes, I've been through a lot of challenges, and it's not been easy, right? Because success comes once, but failure knocks your door daily basis. That is like you have to make friendship with failures, so that you have to embrace, so that you can get success, right? So failure is your ally, right? And think of it in this way. Like when I used to be in engineering, I used to think, oh, this subject is so difficult, how will I pass? If I look at it now, I feel okay, that phase has gone. It was a temporary phase which we were thinking that, we were so tensed about. So this is one thing which has helped me a lot. Wherein I say that today's problem would be a thing of past in future. That's how we should look at it. If you start looking at everything like this, then you will be able to keep a very stable mind and fix the issue. And also another thing I have read somewhere, you should also learn from others' mistakes. So I'm sure many people would have faced the similar challenges. So learn from them, because if you win, you can lead, but if you lose, you can guide. That's what I have read somewhere by Swami Vivekananda. I think this I read when I wanted to go to give an interview in Bangalore. So same day there was some event going on and I read it. So I took the bus, I went. I won, that's a different thing. But if I would have lost, then I could have guided. So these are a few things, and yes, as I said, like, challenges are part of our lifestyle. If it is easy, anyone can become an engineer. It's not easy, that's why it's difficult. That's why it is respected. That's why the knowledge is respected, right? And I think that's the most powerful thing today to have. I hope it answers your question, your query.